For students that potentially want to become leaders within their community but maybe just aren't sure of how to get there, I would say that their first step is to ask questions for the current leaders. One thing that I did to kind of find out more about what I was interested in and how to obtain the leadership roles that I have had in the past and that I currently have is by talking to the people that were in those roles before me. I think that there's a lot to learn from those people, and you can build off of that for when you are applying, or if you do receive the position, you kind of know the direction that you want to go in. Also, if you're not able to talk to any previous leaders because you might not know them or you're too afraid to, I would say just apply for anything and everything that you can, because you never know what could happen. My name is Rachel Hurd, and I'm a third-year student here at the University of Utah. I'm currently studying kinesiology with a minor in nutrition, and I hope to go to grad school for healthcare administration. Currently, I am the Vice President of Judicial and Risk Reduction for the Panhellenic community, and that's through the Fraternity and Sorority Life Office here in the Union. And I also am a program director for Special Olympics University Leadership and Engagement through the Benyon Center. And I also am the manager of the services desk in the Union building. My favorite moment as a student leader was probably last year when I was the vice president of programming for the Panhellenic community. I decided to implement the Greek Ball, which is now an annual celebration that they do at the end of Greek Week. It was really difficult to get the university's legal team on our side just because there is such a high risk with having all those people come together and gather for an event like that. And so my team and I had to work really hard to make that happen, and it was a success. I think that one of the most important qualities in a leader is servant leadership, and from that I think that effective communication and mutual respect for the people that you're working with also goes along with that. For myself, I try to make sure that I focus on those that I'm working with instead of what I'll gain from the situation, and I think that that's what drives me to be the best leader that I can be. In the future, I plan to carry out my duties as the Vice President of Judicial and Risk Reduction, and I also am going to finish up this semester with being a program director for the Benyon Center. I was just recently appointed a BIG for the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, so I'm going to focus a little bit more on one-on-one volunteering instead of running a program. So I'll be a mentor for a refugee, and she's great. She's 14 years old, and we're just barely starting to build our relationship, and that's a one-year commitment, so I'll be doing that over the next year as well. One thing that I find really beneficial about this is that the majority of the children that are a part of this program need someone that is a positive mentor in their life, because either their friends or their family don't have the resources or the time to be that person for them. So I think it's really important to be that example for them early on in their life so that they are set up for a more successful future. When I found out that I received the scholarship again this year, I was really excited and also just relieved, because I always like to think ahead, and I knew that this coming fall would be a lot easier financially with having to pay for tuition and everything else. And when I told my mom, she was just as excited as I was. So I'm just really thankful for this opportunity. I would like to tell the donors that donated to the Union Scholarship Fund, thank you for supporting people like me that need a little bit of extra help and focusing on everything that they want to focus on. It makes my life just that much easier, and it makes me serving others that much easier. I feel like I can really reach a wider range of people within the community with this extra help.